Coach, obviously this was kind of reminds me of the OKC game as far as from three, just didn't make shots. Did you like the looks you guys got out of what Orlando was doing defensively?
I think we'll look at the film. My guess is we probably had some good ones, and then credit to them defensively. They're a good defensive team. Some possessions, felt like we were contested and maybe didn't generate, as good as we need. It's usually a little bit of both.
And the other part, obviously Franz is such a good player. What have you seen now from when he first got in the league to now that's making him so effective?
Yeah, he's just got a little bit of everything. I think as a rookie, I actually somehow caught some of his best games as a rookie, and so I just, continue to be impressed. He had the 3-ball going tonight. He had a tough one. I don't know if it was the end of the second quarter. He just has a little bit of everything. He has a little bit of a pace and an unorthodox when he gets in the paint and able to finish. He's got great size. He got to the free throw line some. So he's just one of the good young players in our league. He's impressive.
Coach, we talked about Book before the game, trusting his teammates with the attention that he's seen defensively. What do you feel like you guys can do in terms of getting him maybe more space to operate in?
It's I think sometimes maybe moving him, getting him off the ball some, but if they put two to him, that's part of the first question. I think there are some good looks, and if they put two to him and he shares it and we move it, and you get good looks, I think that we got a lot of faith in our guys. We're going to make those more often than not. So I think to use them to draw two is good, and then sometimes we got to try and free them up, maybe away from the ball or different ways.
When you look at the injuries piling up and the schedule you guys have had, what's the mentality in the locker room in terms of kind of weathering the storm, especially knowing the way that you guys started when you were whole?
Yeah, these guys, I think stay together. They're gonna. It's a good group. They've got a good spirit. They've got a good way about them. Through good times and the hard times. You got to keep doing, coming to work, putting your individual time, put your team time in, and, keep your head up. So this group will do that. They're very good. They're very resilient.
Coach, early on in his career, what are you seeing that you like from Oso in the short role, operating out of that, and maybe what can he improve on later on?
Yeah, no, I think the good thing that, you've seen a little bit of his athleticism, a little bit of his dynamic where he's actually playing through and finishing, getting on top of the rim, getting above the rim. And then, the stuff that I think we've all seen a lot is where he catches it and he finds guys. And, so I think to add the ability to go and finish it, get on top of the rim, and then also be a passer where you're not always just kind of one-dimensional in the half roll. And I think continuing to learn screening angles, continuing to learn variety, continue to learn how to get physical hits and things like that are things where he can improve.
Sorry, how'd you like that matchup in which he tried to defend against Goga, Bataji, and what did you see about his defense that could have been improved upon?
No, I thought. Bitaz, had a very good game, but, we were doing a lot of things in the pick and roll. We were kind of scrambling and being aggressive. And so credit to Orlando for moving the ball, credit for, Bitaz to catch it in, whether it be the half roll or on the rim or offensive rebounding. But, I think Oso did a great job in the pick and roll, and, they played well behind the pick and roll, and Bitaz in particular. All right, thanks.
Tyus, what do you think about Oso getting his first start tonight?
I thought it was good. I thought he's been preparing, for that moment. So I was excited for him, happy for him. A lot of hard work going into that, and it's not going to be his last. So I thought he was ready to play. Brought great energy for us tonight. In the moment, wasn't too big, so it's good.
Also, you said that you prepared to play if you're not going to play. How much of that was even ratcheted up more tonight knowing that you were going to get the start?
Yeah, just trying to stay consistent regardless of what my minutes look like. we have an older team. Guys miss games, and I just have to be ready.
Tyus, I just had one last thing. This stretch is like 7 and 11 days, and I know you guys are professionals and all that, but how much is that kind of wearing on the group, especially with the bodies being down?
Yeah, there's you have these stretches throughout the season, so they're a grind. It's not going to be our last stretch like this, but yeah, it's just a grind when especially when you got guys down. But we just got to continue to fight, continue to get better, stay together, not let this kind of get our spirit down, and know that it'll be good for us in the long run.
Tyus, when you look at the attention that defenses have thrown at Book, especially with Brad and Kevin out, how would you evaluate the way you guys are operating out of those looks?
Yeah, I think we're still figuring it out. We're understanding kind of what we're trying to get to a little bit better, each and every game. And we're asking Book to do a lot. It's a lot of pressure on them. It's a lot of focus on them. They're physical with them. They hold and grab them, all night. They're throwing 3 bodies at him. So it's a lot on his plate, and we just got to continue to find ways to get him open, the times that we can, and also continue to help him out, with other guys making shots and making plays.
And also, obviously, we saw the double big lineup last game as well, but what do you feel like, being starting with Mason Plumlee are the keys to kind of making that lineup work?
Yeah, just playing in space, being good cutters, screening off the ball, just finding ways to occupy the defense. They're obviously loading up on Book and Tyus right now, so just finding ways to get guys open and then being playmakers when we get the ball.
Tyus, when you look at the unique game plan that came with you guys running these double bigs, you guys ran it excellently against Minnesota, but there was a couple more slip-ups tonight. Just where did you notice the gap in execution compared to yesterday with what you guys were trying to do?
Say that again. Sorry.
It's okay. Just with the double big lineup, yesterday you guys executed very well. Tonight there were more gaps. Where did you notice the gaps in execution kind of occurring?
Yeah, I think just lack of, attention to detail a little bit. Just, you kind of, when you're used to doing the same thing, you kind of just think it's going to come naturally, or this is what's working, so it's going to continue to work. And you can't let your guard down. You can't let your level of intensity down. So I think that happened a little bit there, and they made us pay for it.
And also, just how has your feel been in those pockets of space in these lineups, like the baseline cuts or just finding your floater around the key? How has that felt in these 2 games?
Yeah, it's felt good. Felt like I got some good looks today that I missed, but Book and Tyus are just super unselfish, getting me the ball when they put 2 on the ball, and then it's just up to me to read the defense and make the right next play. So I'm growing, continue to learn and get better. So I'm gonna watch the film and see what I can do better.
I guess for either of you guys, despite the losses, Grayson's been in a good rhythm, especially from deep. I'm just kind of curious what that does when he's flowing like that, and what he's meant for you guys.
It's huge for us. One of the best shooters in the league, and when he gets it going, it's just another dangerous weapon that they got to account for. Allows more space, because his guy is rarely going to help off of him. And then when we can get him open looks, he's gonna knock him down, and we're confident in that. So it's just another weapon for us. And crucial to our spacing, and it's been good to see him find his rhythm here the last few games.
Tonight was the first time that this team has started 2 or more rookies in 5 years. So how would you say that it's early in getting the confidence and invested in the 2 rookies in this veteran group?
I think it's huge, and I think nobody flinched at the thought of that. We trust these guys. Since the day they got here, they've shown up every day, worked, got better, learned, and stay prepared and stay ready for the moment. So it says a lot about those 2 individually, and we got a couple good ones, and we're excited for what's to come for them.
Tyus, to follow up on what you said about the team needing to stay together even throughout the injuries right now, what exactly are you guys saying to each other in the locker room, and what Coach Bud is saying to you guys to kind of keep your spirits high
Yeah.
and ride this wave?
Just that, it's a long season. It's a long season. There's ups and downs of the season. There's times where we're going to be playing great ball. There's times where we're going to be struggling to get a win, like right now. And, you just got to continue to push through. You got to try to just stay somewhere in the middle and just try to continue to improve as a group, because we know what our goals are. And you can't win a championship in November. So we got to continue to grow each and every day and just stay with it.
Tyus, how would you assess the team's pace? I mean, I know you guys have been without Brad and Kevin, but how would you assess the team's pace? I mean, you and Bud talked about playing with pace going in the year, and it seems like you guys have kind of played slower based on the numbers.
Yeah, we're playing a little slower right now. Personnel's a little bit different right now, so we're just trying to figure out ways to continue to have success. It's a little bit different not having Kay and Brad out there. So we're not playing as fast as earlier in the year. And yeah, it's just we're trying to figure it out. So we're trying different things. It's also part of it is how defenses are guarding us. Throwing two on the ball is going to slow things down, make it more of a half court game and things like that. So it's a little bit of both of us, not typically not trying to play as fast as we can, but also a product of what the defense is showing us.
Tyus, you guys battled in the second half. Obviously not the outcome that you wanted. Just curious, moving forward, what can you take from this game?
I think the last two games of, just how we're trying to play, actions we're getting into on offense, getting second, third side, touching the paint, getting kickouts for open threes. But it just shows our fight. Like we got a bunch of competitors in that locker room and guys who hate to lose. So we're going to continue to fight, continue to, work together, and we'll be ready to go to the next one. Thank you.